Hello, I'm Professor K, and you are watching the 10-part series Introduction to Basic Excel for Statistics and Data Analysis. This is Lesson 2. We have already covered the basic structure of Excel in Lesson 1. Today, we will learn how to do simple calculations in Excel and also the difference between hard coding and referencing in calculations. Then we will learn some basic formulas. In a worksheet, let's type these numbers as shown. 4 in cell B4, 5 in cell C4, 10 in cell B5, and so on. Let's say we want to add 4 and 5 in cell D4. We can type equal to followed by 4 followed by the plus sign followed by 5 and then press enter. Any calculation in Excel must start with the equal sign. Here we will get 9. This way we can do all the arithmetic calculations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or raising any number to any power. If we want to subtract 6 from 10, then we type equal to followed by 10 followed by the minus sign followed by 6. Once we press enter, we get 4. This procedure of doing the calculations is known as hard coding. We are hard coding the numbers in the calculations, and there is no way to change anything unless we retype the calculation itself with changed numbers. What is the issue with hard coding? Assume that in cell B4 we had typed 4 by mistake. This number should actually be 8. Therefore, although we added 4 to 5, actually we want to add 8 to 5. We now correctly enter 8 in cell B4, but in D4 the result is still 9. We then have to correct the calculation in D4 as well. If there are hundreds such calculations in a worksheet, then changing them all becomes an impossible task. A better way is to use cell references, which we learned in Lesson 1. How does cell referencing work? In cell D4, we type equal followed by B and followed by 4. We can do the same thing by typing equal and then selecting the cell B4 with our mouse pointer. In either case, once we press enter, this cell will show 4, which is what is already there in cell B4. Similarly, if we type equal to C7 in the cell E2, or if we type equal to and then use our mouse pointer to select the cell C7 and press enter, then we get in cell E2 what is already there in cell C7, which is 3. This is how we can refer to and use any cell in any calculation. Therefore, we will no longer add 4 to 5, but rather we will add cell B4 to C4, where B4 contains 4 and C4 contains 5. Once we have typed equal to B4 plus C4 in the cell D4 and press enter, Excel will evaluate this calculation by using whatever is there in cell B4 and cell C4 respectively and give us the result. Here, since B4 has 4 and C4 has 5, the result will be 9. Again, note that the equal to sign is necessary. Without it, Excel has no way to understand that we are doing a calculation. If now we change the value in B4 to 8, Excel automatically recalculates the result and shows 13 in D4. We do not have to change the calculation itself. Changing the value in the input cell B4 is sufficient. Thus, we have two competing ways of doing calculations. One is hard coding and the other is cell referencing. In hard coding, we add a number to another number, we subtract a number from another number, and so on. In cell referencing, we add a cell to another cell. We subtract a cell from another cell to do subtraction. To do multiplication, we multiply one cell by another cell. One of these methods is always preferable to the other. The preferred method is the cell referencing system. Excel provides many formulas or functions to do different types of calculations. There are formulas or functions which do not do any calculation but work with texts. At the beginning, we will learn some basic functions. A function has two parts, a name part followed by a set of parentheses within which we type some argument. The function works on these arguments and returns a result. The result can sometimes be an error message as well. Again, to enter a formula or function, you must start with the equal to sign. The name part of the function is often self-explanatory. It says what the function does. For example, count counts, sum adds up numbers, product multiplies numbers. For now, we need to learn these 12 basic functions. The argument part of the functions can have one or more elements. We will gradually learn more about these. In general, functions or formulas accept 5 types of arguments. Arguments can be hard-coded numbers. Arguments can be individual cell references. They can be an array of cells. They can be multiple arrays of cells or just empty. Now, we will work through a few of the above 12 functions that we listed in the previous slide in Excel.